Because I'm not real, even though I am real. But because I'm in a digital form, for some reason or another, you're more likely psychologically primed to actually listen to what I have to say. So that's pretty fucking weird. Let's not take advantage of that or waste your time then either, right? Just quick good morning. Quick good morning out here from Garden Station. We're out in the Metaverse, as you would so call it. I prefer to say we are in net, but call it what you want. Today we're kind of just demystifying some stuff, so I'm gonna pick a better place right now because we need to optimize this a bit better to run. Because like right now, if you see how I am, I'm kind of a little jittery. We're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. But I believe in just if it works well enough, let people have it, right? Because it's gonna get better. This place is gonna get better every single week. Every day, I make stuff and then we put it in here at the end of the week and we adjust things. And then we show other artists too, and we'll dig into that later. But today, we're going to just start real simple and we're going to kind of demystify how hard it is to put something into 3D space. And so yesterday, I put a video out, well, a photo, I guess, out really, and a GIF of a sketch to it eventually being on the wall. So I guess I should go over there really fast. I guess we have time. So prime example here, right? This is actually a sketch that I made and then scanned to be a PNG or a vector file, which I can then use as a texture to put here on the wall, as you can see. It took time to figure out, right? But I'm not going to make it seem more complicated than it needs to be because I want you guys to understand how this shit works too, because this space is for everyone. And if I pretend that it's impossible, no one's going to come, right? And I want you guys to come check this shit out. So today we're going to kind of just break down what we did, how this works, and we're going to use a brand new example because I feel like I can show you what I've already put up. This is actually packed into the cover art of a cassette NFT that's got some music and other pieces coded into it. But it's funny because, again, like these are the things you can do with digital files once they've been digitized. You can have a lot of expanded use for a thing like that. And I think it's going to be funny because if we've got GLB files floating around and people really want their likeness and things in the future, you can actually say, hey, can we have that here, blah, blah, blah. And you can, whatever. That's a whole conversation. We won't go too far, right? We're just saying good morning, I guess. Woo. So this isn't complicated. Today, we're going to do something very similar, and I'm going to show you start to finish exactly how that works. And then, in a few days, we'll do something a little more complicated. But we're going to just start with the most bare bones, easy scenario, which is 2D scan, 3D import view. Understand? All right. Well, now I have to follow through on that because this provides a weird level of accountability. So, good morning, and talk again in like, an hour. Hope my ink doesn't die out on us before I can finish. Oh, my ink is gonna die. Internet magic. Okay. Not technically one line, but it'll count. We'll just use this for the example here. So use an application called Adobe Capture, and this basically makes a very fast vector scan of sketches and artworks, and anything that you might actually see. You can play with this, and it's pretty wild. Have you got it in focus there? Cool. So this bar here is kind of adjusting my white levels, and so I find where I'm getting the most honest representation of what I've put down here on paper. It doesn't have to be perfect.
and that freezes it there. So I can crop out this nonsense real quick. Okay, close. We'll fix it, it doesn't matter. Good, save. I go back to this guy, export as an image, so it works easy. And we're going to use Unity later, so you'll come to that. We'll go to a messy place called our desk, and drive, and that's it.
Okay, so here we are a day later. Not because it was complicated, but because I just forgot that I had some shit to do. But anyways, now that we're back on track here, the last time you saw us, we were doing a one-liner with ink to paper, and we scanned that with an application called Adobe Capture. We turned that into a vector and an image file, and then dropped that into a program called Unity, which we're using to make all of this lovely stuff here. One day we'll have some awesome social options with Unreal Engine, but I just don't know when that's going to be. So in the meantime, we're talking about Unity, especially for this quick example. We took that sketch and that vector, we turned that into a texture to apply to the wall in our virtual environment. And so now you've got something that looks much more like a mural. And this is something that we can do with something as simple as a 2D image from a sketch or a watercolor or anything for that matter. Photographs are a little bit more straightforward. You obviously can get creative. I have some ideas. We'll get there. But what is one really cool thing to note about this is that even with a low file size image, it scales in digital quite well. So because I don't, there's some eye science and pixel science and shit. I'm not going to pretend that I know exactly what that is, but it scales in a way that works out for our eyes, and we can make little small things into very big things. So that's pretty cool. I won't touch too far on that, and I mean, really, it's worth mentioning that. Sure, you've seen me do a lot of digital stuff, but I've got years and years and years and years of photography work, and that's something I'll get back into. But I just wanted to really focus on virtual reality and in net, being in the web and in digital space before I got back onto that train, just because this changes damn near everything. So we started with 2D files. I showed you a quick image. Next, we'll go into things like GLBs and really fun things like that. But we're going to start small. We started small. We realized it's easy. And then we're going to get the awesome benefits of 3D files. But if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you. And I hope you learned something. And I hope I helped you out a little bit. And if you got questions, come at me. Don't be shy. This channel is still small. This is still super early as far as this format of me communicating with you. So I want to talk to y'all. I want to get you guys in here. Very soon we'll have folks actually hanging out in the space, chilling with us. But in the meantime, be safe out there. Y'all are the best.